You're such an asshole.
So we got a question that I was kind of hoping Matt Forney, of all people, could help me answer because he lives in Mexico. And whereas I have had a couple forays into Mexico and enjoyed it very much every time, I've not spent enough time there to speak competently about whether or not I want to live here. But hopefully, Matt or others who are living in Mexico as American expats, you might be able to provide a little bit more information in the comments section. Dear esteemed asshole extraordinaire Clary, given no shits in regard to anonymity and giving every shit in regards to global reconnaissance, I ask why not Mexico? I escaped northern Utah snow and miserably cold temperatures last winter by laying on a beach in Morelos, Mexico for a couple months. The culture invigorates, the locals restore hope in humanity, and the quality of life suits me. I'm returning next month to explore the mountainous area of Zalapa, Veracruz, with a one-way ticket and 6-month house rental. My business requires 3 to 5 hours of remote work per month. The cost of living is muy bueno, and the 32-year stale high school Spanish courses have enabled a sufficient grasp of the language to afford basic communication. Well, I'd almost, well, not almost, I would strongly recommend, like, while you're down there for 6 months, take classes, pick up the language. Because you're going to spend half a year down there just to escape winter. Yeah, learn the language. Don't be like the Mexicans who come up here. Don't learn the language after 3 generations and wonder why they're poor. Don't be that contradictory dick down there. All right, learn the language. Having found a non-leftist shithole country that satisfies most of my reconnaissance criteria, I am in lust with Mexico almost as deeply as I am with the memory of the first peen-touching girlfriend in high school. After many years of incessant YouTube likes, having been highly entertained and continually affirmed by your comforting anger, I seek the viewpoint of an independent certified fuckwit to watch the view from my 6. So, asshole, what am I missing? In particular, do you foresee any political issues escalating, i.e. recently Lindsey Graham, drug war-induced rhetoric, Mexico expressing interest in BRICS? I don't know how that would hurt Mexico. Or other concerns that would discourage you from the south of the border option for Southern Command. In summary, why not Mexico? On a side note, how many peso-funded cervezas and tamales will it cost to sign off this video requesting a heartwarm, anger-filled, condescending tone uttering, "Now go fuck yourself, gringo. Now go fuck yourself," on some teary Northern Command nonsense, and get back to me when you're goddamn good and ready. Cheers, fuck stick. Preston, a.k.a. Pablo. All right, so here's the information of my thoughts on Mexico, which are not wholly informed. This is an impartial report. There's missing data, so I would not base your judgment on it, just partially inform you. When I've been to Mexico, I've loved it. I desperately want to ride my motorcycle through Mexico. I am concerned about the crime and the corruption, more the corruption necessarily than the crime, because I don't speak the language, which if I learn the language, I'd probably be able to overcome some of that. Like, no, what's the bribe? No, that's a scam. I'm not worried even like getting stabbed. It's just getting screwed over out of money, buying things like that. What I have heard, which I do not know, the cartels, if you don't start one, there won't be none. I'm also kind of pro cartel because I'm a libertarian. I'm like, look, you dumbass Americans and, well, people everywhere keep wanting the drugs. These guys are going to keep making the drugs. I don't know. I'm going to stay out of their way. Matter of fact, I'm going to cheer them on because drugs shouldn't be illegal. But whatever, not my fight. And then based on people I've heard, talked to, a lot of Americans are going down there. There are nice little towns, resorts, villages, and then I'm sure there's expat communities. And generally, it's been popular. Forney likes it, and he's closer to age than me. Now, there's other drawbacks. Also, like, where do you put your money in the bank? There was an article not too long ago about American couple losing all their deposits in a Mexican bank. So there's things you can do to hedge against that. There's international banks. I'm sure Hong Kong Shanghai Banking Corporation is there. Maybe Chase Manhattan. I don't know. But I'm sure there are Western banks that are quote unquote more reputable than the Mexican banks. I'm sure you can investigate and talk to people in the expat community, find out what they recommend. You're imminently qualified to move down there. And also, it's warm. Unless you go up into the mountains, which they have mountains, which is again why they got the Copper Canyon, the canyon is larger than the Grand Canyon. No one knows about that. And I would love nothing more to go down to Mexico and drive around for an entire winter on my motorcycle. I would love it. Absolutely love it. Do the Baja. I don't know if I go to Mexico City. I don't want to deal with the big crowded, not on a motorcycle, not in Mexico. In terms of political stability, I know they got a socialist dipshit, but they do that, they went with Vicente Fox and they were conservative. Now they went back to the PRI, I believe it's called. This time the socialism will work, our Mexican friends. Sí, verdad, socialísimo. Es muy bueno. ¿Dónde está la food? ¿Por qué? What's murder? Are you murdering me? What's line up against the wall? Somebody translate that into Spanish for me. But yeah, I am, yeah, if you feel safe and you've already been down there, go. And then the other thing I was going to say is you're going to learn more with boots on the grounds about what you do and do not like than me. But yeah, man, it's warm. They got mountains. They got canyons. The food it's a real close it's a close call between Asian food and Mexican food, which is better. They're both not healthy. Oh, you're going to get fat. You're going to be fat, but you're going to be happy. I guess the Mexican women are more obese than American women now. But if you go to certain villages or something, in other words, the feminism and the obesity hasn't like fully infected the area. There's still some traditionalism. They still have their culture. They're not like, oh my God, we hate ourselves. Let's slice our wrists and end it. We're Minnesotans. So if you enjoy that kind of culture, I'm not a big fan of Mexican music. I'm not. They got this. Atham told me what it was. 2 forms of Mexican music I hate. It's the sad, sappy singing guy whose nuts have been put in a pencil sharpener or something. And he's like, oh, porque Anita, da, 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 da. It's like, oh, geez. It's the same sappy shit, just like country, just like rap, but Spanish. And then there's this, Atham explained it to me one time. I guess some Germans settled there a long time ago, and they brought their Oompa music with the tuba. And then it got into this bastardized form where it's like burritos y los tacos, and then it's the exact same song all the time. What is that called? Oompa music with the later hosen, except it's Mexicans doing it and it's their variety of it, which in either case, it all sounds the same. Maybe you'll like that. I won't. But yeah, now Atham, he hates Mexico. He doesn't want to go back. That's why he wants to get employment in the United States. Again, my friend majored in chemical engineering, recent graduate. For those of you interested in hiring a chemical engineer, he'd be very happy to work for you. But he's like, the people aren't smart down there. He's like, nope, they're not that intelligent. He just doesn't. Now, of course, his IQ is off the charts, and I don't know why. Oh, what, America's all that much better? Oh yeah, the brilliant, deep philosophical talks you're having with Tina with her sociology degree. I'm sure that's intellectually stimulating. So that that's a guy who, he's from there. But maybe you'd like it, maybe you would. And so I'm generally pro at least scoping it out. And then 6 months, you'll know in 6 months. You'll know. Like this next winter, you go down there and you're like, oh, yeah, this is great. Oh, no. You'll find out. All right. Any super chats? No super chats. There you guys go. Hong Kong, Shanghai. Okay. Didn't know. I thought that was, well, I guess Hong Kong was taken over by China. So, no. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.